Well, hi there. Welcome to the porch yet again. And again, we are inside. It is nice and cool here, rather than being on the porch and a little noisy with the landscape and things going on outside today. So we are going to chat about buyer's remorse. My name is Sylvia Four, and I'm joined with
Linda Hollington.
And we are both Coldwell Banker Realtors. Our friend Sherry Darmanine couldn't be with us today, but we will see her next week, I'm sure. So before we delve into buyer's remorse, and because of the crazy market we've had, there's a lot of buyer's remorse out there. But before we go into that, I just want to mention again what our NAR, which stands for National Association of Realtors. We have our chief economist guru, Lawrence Yun, and he has said that
he says it's inevitable that the home prices, the appreciation that we're seeing, the equity in the houses, the high prices,
the appreciation
are going to slow down. And on that note, I have a market report, and he's absolutely right. In fact, part of that I can tell you that the average list price has come down. It was over 600. I'll just throw a little bit of it in here if you don't mind.
Give us a teaser.
It was $605,953 last week. And as of this morning, that average list price is $588,000.
Okay, good. Yeah.
$500.
Right.
So we're seeing that. And it's a trend. We're just talking about these 2 weeks, but it's a trend that we've been seeing. So
we're not against people's home values going up. It's just that things were spiraling and
out of control.
It was out of control.
Right.
So
he's right in that respect.
Yes.
We're seeing that.
That's why he's our guru.
That's right.
So that's something to be positive about.
Right. It is positive. So just take heart. We're starting to see a trend in that direction.
Which is good.
That agrees with what he said.
We're not talking about a crash. We're talking about it's going to slow. And that's all. It's going to take a while. The pendulum is going to swing back and get a little more even keeled. And we need it. My goodness. But let's go back to buyer's remorse, which is kind of the title. Now, Linda and I have differing views on buyer's remorse, but I believe most people feel it. I know I felt it when I bought this home that we're in right now. It's a twinge or a pang or even a contraction. I think it's natural. It doesn't happen to Linda, though. And we've been in this house 17 years, and I don't regret it. I love the house. But at first, I thought, oh, my goodness, what did I do? Did I pay too much? And I think I did. But here's the deal. As a result of this really aggressive real estate market and prices spiraling out of control, there are so many people out there with buyer's remorse, and with good reason. Big time buyer's remorse. But they had bidding wars and they didn't have inspections for their home as part of their offer to get the house. And so a lot of people have serious regrets, and they have strong validity to have those regrets.
Yeah, buying a house is a big investment. So it requires, of course, a lot of time ahead of time to decide if you're making the right decision. And unfortunately, with this market, buyers haven't had that time.
Right.
Because they're going away so fast. And if you have to buy a home in this market, you're missing out on that time to really do good investigation on the home. Your thoughts about spending a little bit more money than you wanted. Can you really do that?
Right.
You kind of feel like you have to. So I can, especially if you have to move, I can see where this is more prevalent. And I'm not sure that we disagree on the buyer's remorse. I'm just really good at talking myself out of things ahead of time, I think.
Well,
see, if I'm struggling,
and that's a gift. I mean, that's good.
If I'm struggling with that decision, then my answer is no. If I have to struggle that hard, then but if I needed to do it, if I'm here and I have no place to live, I'm in the same position as most buyers.
Right.
So I could very easily fall into that. just like anybody else does.
Well, you didn't get yourself into that position, though.
No, I didn't have to, though. Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
fortunately.
Yeah, so we do have a couple ideas for ensuring that you will get a home purchase that is regret-free. Get to know the neighborhood. Don't let your enthusiasm run away with you. And before making an offer, plan on touring that neighborhood several times. Now, I know people say they're going to do it and then they don't. But really make a concerted effort. It's so important. If you see folks outside in the neighborhood, stop and talk to them. You know, they will tell you the good, bad, and the ugly. They be your potential neighbors, but they're going to let you know. So do your research, your due diligence on the local schools, even if you don't have kids, even if you don't ever want to have kids, because that is going to affect your resale value. You want to get the best school district. I mean, that's kind of like an unwritten rule: location, 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 and good schools. So when you're buying a home, homes hold their value better, right?
And check out your local police departments, the protection that you have, the crime rates that are around there, especially the schools if you have children, maybe the parks, maybe you like to jog or ride your bike or, you know, those kind of things. And in the local social places, where do people meet for coffee and, you know, just chat, the local places. Check those out.
Yep. Traffic.
Yeah. Traffic, commute.
Yep.
You know, what's your commute from there, wherever it is you're going? Maybe not work, but, you know, you have other places you like to go. How far is it? You know, check out all those things. All of those things can cause pain afterwards.
And what's important to you.
Right.
You know, you want it resale value, but first it's going to be your home where you live. So first primary is what's important to you, and then think about the resale value. And also just be patient. There's no getting around it. The market is hot and it's still going to continue to be hot. It's just that we're seeing light at the end of this tunnel. And the buyer competition is fierce, and it's still on some of the real great value homes. It's going to continue to be fierce. But in these conditions, it can be tempting to snatch up any home that is halfway decent just to get it done. We understand people are just so sick of house hunting and not having their offers get accepted. But unsurprisingly, homes bought in that rushed mentality don't always live up to the hype that surrounded it. And then down the line, there are regrets.
And bidding wars. You've heard all about the bidding wars. You have an average of 5. It was last month. I don't know what it's running right now on houses in our area for each place. And that can make you feel very anxious of upping your price and upping your price, especially, like I said, if time's running out, you have no place to live. It can really shoot holes in the budget that you have and what you're going to have to live with afterwards. And insurance and the other costs that you're going to have after you get the house.
Yeah.
You know, you have to really think about those too. And
well, it's up to them to know what their budget is, right?
right.
And I mean,
And
that's
stay with
important. That's an important thing. So work with experienced professionals. Of course, we'd like you to work with an experienced realtor.
Especially that.
Yes. And also, if you don't have a lender, they can supply you with a few names, but go to somebody you trust. If they give you 3 names, if your realtor gives you 3 names, test them out, each one. Don't just settle on the first one. If you want to go with your bank, if you trust them, then that's where you should go. This is a huge commitment, and you're going to be handing over a lot of very sensitive financial detail, and it's important that you get on a one-to-one basis and really talk to your lender and feel comfortable talking about money. I mean, this is your income and what you can afford. These are not easy things to discuss, and they should be a trusted person and you feel comfortable with. So the professional team, your realtor, your lender, your financial institution, it's important that they're all good folks that you feel you can rely on and go and seek advice.
And on that note, with your mortgage lenders, we know that this is June 15th, So yesterday was a big day in the mortgage industry, and you're paying a lot more for the money you're borrowing if you're buying this house. So that's another thing you want to think over very carefully. Is look at all of that. That can really hit you hard when it comes to remorse of being sorry for that.
Yeah.
We want you to have the home you want. We want to find you something that you like, and we want it to be a really good win for you. But part of the work depends on you and the decisions you make. And our work is to help you, give you facts, and to help you along with that decision. And that's what we're here for. We do not want any of our customers to have that kind of remorse over what they did. No.
Part of why I got into real estate.
Yeah, we're happy to spend that time and make sure that when you make that deal, it's really something that you really want to do.
Yep.
So, on that
You
note,
have a market report?
I do. I gave you the price.
A little bit of a
Yeah, I gave you a picture since we were talking about the prices coming down. And active, we're actually up 105 houses from last week.
So when we say
the
active,
trend is up.
more houses on the market, more houses for sale. They are termed active.
And this is residential property in Brevard County, Florida. It includes all residential, townhouses, everything. And they're going, the days on the market are 14, so they're coming down a little bit. They're running between 14 and 16 this last month, something like that. The rental properties that are available are going up. They're 387. We were staying pretty close to 350.
300, yeah, and
right in that.
So there are more rentals on the market, so that should mean the prices are at least going to stabilize and not keep going up.
They're still at 2,600, the average, and days on the market for those are 28 to finalize.
Okay.
So, but this last week we had. Remember, I told you these are the things to go back and check. If you've been looking at houses for a while, go back and check some of the houses that you looked at, because we had 328 price changes last week.
Key indicator.
We had 171 houses that were under contract that are back on the market.
Back on the market, so people aren't so desperate. They're not holding on if there's a problem.
And we have 148 coming soon. So we see like I told you before, real estate doesn't move quickly when it changes. It's a slow nudge, it's a trend. And these are good trends as far as
Well, for
balancing-
stabilization,
balancing out the
it's
market.
been a rough time. It's not. You don't want a buyer and you don't want a seller's market. You want something that's stable, like fair playing field for everybody. I mean, I don't begrudge anybody who's made a lot of money and their home has appreciated in value, but it's made it very difficult for quite a while.
And especially since you're paying more for the money, prices coming down means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us.
Like us on Facebook and YouTube, and just like us.
And subscribe.
All right.
And follow on Facebook.
There you go. And we'll see you next time, hopefully with Sherry and maybe even on the porch. That's it for us today, though.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.